Okay. Although I'm against everything in the world, y'all know that. This is what this would be a business presentation since my dad worked for a lot of these corporations. A lot of us that are older, I'm in my late 40s. So our parents worked for these huge companies at a point in time to where you could actually work by your hard work and your learning and your structure and your ability, you could work and make it to the top. Not anymore. So they come from this era of a business presentation, PowerPoint presentation, as they'll say. I do them all the time. Okay, well, I'm part of two businesses. Okay, I know the future of this nation and the world. I know where it's heading. I know that recovery. We're gonna tie everything in here. Is a $3 billion a year industry. Recovery is, and everybody knows that what we're about. But the whole thing is the childish nature of an individual is this, is that's a business right there. And when an individual can't see that as a business, and it's not just that individual, which is me, but anybody that truly builds their anatomy and their brain is building their business, which is an anatomy. So in actuality, you should learn in school that you learn how to control your anatomy like a business, then you can own a business. And you apply that same structure to a business that it takes to run the anatomy and to know the anatomy. And especially to recovery. And people hate that when I talk about it. But do they have the success? No. They have control. Most business owners have what we call control. Okay? Now, with this being said right here, because this is me venting before what I said was going to happen down the road. All right? Now, look, this is what I could do. This is what I could do with the two businesses that I'm involved with right now. Okay? Now, I am part of a restaurant. Okay? This is what I've been involved with this. My dad bought a restaurant when he was working for the bread company. What has it been? 30-something years? Yeah. So in junior high, I was working weekends and stuff. 8th grade. I think that's when it was, yeah. Late 7th grade, 8th grade. So, truthfully, the experience that I had from working on weekends, because any child is going to hate their parents if they own a restaurant. And it's like, you're working? And it's like, nah. But, little did we know now that experience of making me work when I didn't want to put me in the mindset, helped me once other messengers came along and unlocked that and said, do you see what they instilled in you early in life? So we have to look at that too. So I know everything there is to know the ins and outs of a restaurant. Okay? And we are known for burgers in Chattanooga and salads. We'll say that. Although we've got a bunch of other stuff. Burgers are that big. Okay? So that's one business. The other business is inflatables. It's the inflatables. This is the inflatables that what we do is we set up the big 80-foot monster splash we've got. We've got a 33-foot and what is it? 50-foot, 47-foot something monster. The huge, and you connect them. Then we've got a boulder dash What is it? That's horrible. But they're huge. They go on football fields and everything else. And it's hard work. And it's hard work. And it's like this in the restaurant industry. 20 years ago, it's easier to find workers. But right now, my family is having a hard time with workers, just like any other small business. Well, over here we are too. You know, so, but see, over here we're just now trying to get to where I'm envisioning that to go. Okay, but the main thing is this right here. It's workers. All right, so what can we do about workers? Well, I can tell you this. The owner of that company and the owners of that company, which I'm under them, that's my parents and my dad and mom, my sister, they've never been through the experience it has taken to get almost 10 years with an army of people that know all about control and how control destroys the person just like the alcohol does. And they will never recognize it. And I love them to death. It's an intervention if they watch this, but they won't. But this is me clearing my throat on what MC could do. Okay, through recovery, all right, you go to detox, you're going to go to rehab, and then you'll probably go to 3-quarter housing. Okay, with my story, which it's not mine, it's the whole AA, NA, it's everybody that has a problem. Even if they don't know me, they built this. In the first 90 days, I did 217 meetings. Whether it's meetings and anything. And then I have journals. I have all kinds of shit. I know what it's like to go through all that right there. See, and here's the thing is, and those are supposed to be God-fearing individuals. Okay, in this life, okay, the opportunity that you have allowed me to gain that and 10 years, although you've ignored it. Now you have to relinquish your control and allow us together to give the same fucking journey if they can make it. It doesn't stop here. But you got to get out of the way because I know all about the recovery industry. Okay, this is where Matt Childs would have to get really involved back into the AA community, and I would. Because I would offer jobs. Okay, because I'm in there working too. I could control both of them, and I would have to. There would be very serious fucking rules. Because it's not about the money, it's about saving lives. And it's about showing people, getting a fucking routine. And trust me, the firepower would come out of the woodworks. It's not me. It's something, they have it in them what's in me. And y'all are blocking that shit. Because what we can do, Matt Childs could buy a house or two, convert it into 3-quarter housing, offer them, depending on their physicality, a job at one of the two places. You're going to get in shape here. You can start here and then get over here. But the whole fucking thing is your journey is this is your foundation. This one of these two jobs, it could turn into a career. Because we don't want you to keep seeking the fucking world. You've got to get grounded. And I strongly suggest 5 years in any fucking recovery center. I'm the one that's done it, not anybody else. 10 years against the hospital industry. That's not what this is about. This is about the ones that are sick. That see somebody that is in a position to give them the same thing that they gave me. And then in the process, we are helping people. But you got to get out of the way. And this is the whole thing. We're trying to tell you that's not what life is about. And in your heads, yes it is. No, it's not. The crew will learn humility. This ain't no fucking lollygagging shit. People within there would have the same opportunity that you gave me. Only you, because you're preoccupied with other shit. And I understand, and everybody else is over here. Listen, over here, he ain't never had nobody to go buy shit like this and fucking be like, all right, this is Arimonic intelligence. This is the brain. See, everything I do now, it's funny I can see what they've done. That's irrelevant. But now you got somebody that's on fire, and you know it too. Here lately, it's like, damn, he's already responded to that. It's like, yeah. And that's the thing is if I get enough people, and there would be, men and women, and listen, there's trans in there, because trust me, black, white, gay, brown, all of it, it does not discriminate what the fuck you are and who you are. Fuck ups are everywhere, and we're on fire. But once you get into that category, your chances of getting a chance are severed. And this fucking journey that we've been on has been led us to here. I'm still fighting for you. But they can't see it. It would be rough. And the whole thing is the 3/4 housing, we can find a house or two and get some. I would handpick the individuals. I don't want no negative energy helping us build these fucking, or remodel them. And convert them into, 4 apartments, And the ones coming into 3/4 housing, it's what it is. Every fucking Sunday I'm going to be there, and we're going to have a meeting and talk about what we've done that week. I mean, I'll see you from there to there. But it would be the same as recovery. I'm the one I've had the experience. It would be modeled off of that. Same thing. Only we would make you sign a contract for a year at least. Because at the end of that year, you'd end up wanting to stay. Because see, in the process, we're going to help people in hiding. You understand what I'm saying? We can't be promoting shit. I would have to really slow down. I mean, I don't even post anything on Facebook anymore, hardly. I don't do no social media except posting this shit on YouTube. And it's too heavy for people. But I strongly feel that if they'll move this entity, they'll let me, they'll say, watch what happens. And they'll allow it to happen. Because they ain't seen this. Now, they ain't going to let it get too far, but this is not about fame and fortune. Listen, over here, here's the deal is, over here we're missing on Sundays. We're closed. We've always been closed. Well, recovery doesn't close. Okay? That's why y'all don't understand. It's the energy that's around me that would come. These broken souls are actually, there's doors opening up. Now, yeah, there's going to be some fuck up times, but there's fuck up times now. You know what I mean? We're Sundays are closed. Y'all know I can cater. There's no catering. And that's the big thing right there. That's one of the biggest things. Now, DoorDash, hell, who cares? We can have it, but shit. We have enough family to where there's enough houses around there to where we can deliver like Chick-fil-A. And the family members could make a ton of money each week. Yeah, just from delivering. But see, with the inflatables over here, we're dealing with big time schools. That's who I deal with. I talk to them. And private schools, universities, big churches. And see, I have to cool down in order to help people in this system. Now, you tell me how much fucking humility that is to see what they're doing and to swallow that shit every day. But it's to help these broken souls. But you don't understand this. When these companies do their yearly events, let's say one of the companies that has we'll say, 1,500 employees, you need to think about catering a 1,500 head event and doing a huge inflatable setup. Look, we're talking this is the kind of tickets that I'm talking about. 40,000 and 50. People just they don't understand what I'm trying to tell them. When you combine, see, when people are ordering, then I have access to little food trucks. See, we can even add a fucking food truck into there. We rent the snow cone machines. It's so childish what we do. That's what I'm saying. The money that's being sunk into other avenues could go into the showroom, to where you have the smaller rentals. You know what I'm saying? For the off season and stuff. And you have fucking listen, it's there. But listen, I'm talking about this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, $50,000 tickets could happen when these are combined. And then on top of that, I'm doing my part getting back into this community, not handpicking. I know all the heavy hitters in the community around here in Chattanooga, and they'll send the ones really seeking, and it's like, I had to go through it. I remember in Atlanta, I was in MARR, M-A-R-R, and was in the broke dick side. And once you go through 6 weeks of this, then you got to go get a job. And I didn't have a car, so I had to walk everywhere. And which wasn't nothing. We walked to gas stations to get beer and all that other shit, crack, whatever. So, I'm going into the same stores and companies that every other fuck up years before me that's been there has walked in, and they're used to the fuck ups coming in there. Hey, I need a job. Sorry. That's frustrating. And I remember I went to Kroger. I'd put in like 30 fucking applications everywhere. Sorry. And when I left that rehab, I said, this is bullshit. Left. 2 weeks after I left, Kroger calls me and says, hey, we got a job for you. After I'd done left. And the only reason they called was because my dad, who was a big wig with the bread company, knew the CEO of Coca-Cola or of Kroger. So he made a phone call to the store. But we do not have those fucking hookups in here. The only hookups we have is how much fucking shit we're going to get to relapse. But when an environment is created, we can write all this off. We can write that shit off. I'll fucking hire some people. Listen, it's a big responsibility. You know how big that responsibility would be? But see, over here, they don't have workers. So once, I'd say we would close for a week or two, restructure. To go ahead and get vamped up and get a few people involved and say, all right, listen, we're going to reopen again. But over here, if this could happen, this is the only way it could happen, though, is my mom could still be involved. She could still be doing the desserts and stuff like that, because the people love them, and they do. And I can make them, but not like her. And nobody else knows. So the whole thing is everybody's supposed to know. Over here, everybody's going to know the same thing. Eventually, everybody over here. But with me coming in like a tornado of recovery, that's what it would be. It would be recovering from a stagnant state, and it's not y'all's fault. It's just like the alcoholic. They become sloppy. So over time, y'all are sloppy. And the definition of insanity is every year going, we're going to do something different this year, even though it's been forever. So she's still involved. Because it's like this. Let's say that goes away. Well, what does she do now? She's been there forever doing that. She's got to slowly break away from that the same way the alcoholic has to slowly break away from the alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. And this is like, on a good weekend, we could have you would have a total of 50 grand from 2 or 3 or 4 catering jobs eventually. And you would. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of labor. It's a lot of communication. But see, the thing is we go through things in life, because my whole life would be to that. Even though that is the world, that's not to me, because this is what's coming through me, getting in there and finding the broken souls and spirits to help them through the world by using the world that they've used against us. So that would be the journey. You know, I mean, it's like this, Monday through. The whole thing is this, is if we pay attention to what they do, which they advertise the piss out of everything, it's the more you see it. There's enough shit on this right here to keep people so, especially this. This right here could literally, this coming year is probably we're going to get in trouble with that. He's talking about, yeah, we're going to get some more. And I said, listen, this is just like flipping tables. I've served tables, I've done it all. Instead of you, I want them to just get pickups. It's like, I understand, but that's a kid's meal. If they do a pickup, then we got a backdrop. We could charge 50, you know, a big one they can set up with Batman like this, you know. We can get X, Y, and Z. Anything added on, now the ticket's $300, $350. You see what I mean? Small shit. Instead of ordering 5 or 10 more inflatables that are fucking huge, I understand, I love you. But get smaller shit. Smaller shit adds up. The bigger the shit, then the younger the damn crew we need. And we ain't gonna get them. They're fucking just as dumb as the old ones now. They bend over like this, and I mean, dude, I'm talking this right here can make you a lot of money. And it's just whatever somebody puts into it, it's just like this right here. Because this is a point in time in history to where you've got to sit down, especially the people coming through in recovery, because there'll be some mixed people in there. You know, I mean, but the thing is they'll be outnumbered. It's like, listen, you won't work harder than us. And in their head, they're better than us. And you'll have to allow that to happen. Because at the end of the day, the people, you'll see certain ones fight me. Not my family and him. I'm the other people. They will fight me. And they won't listen. It's funny. It's like, that's the Ahrimanic spirit. He's crazy. It's like, come on, let's go look up. No. And the whole thing is we're jamming out there all day long, man. And now I got this, you know, to where when I actually go to these schools, instead of just setting up, now I can sell it there on the spot. And whenever I'm on this, communicate more with people, train people here, then I'm on here more, and then we can get more people together, and that energy will build and it'll grow. There's broken people in there that want this. Do you understand? And truthfully, I'm to a point now to where, I mean, I can't afford to buy that. Do you understand? You know what would be a hell of a thing, though? Is as if my dad would co-sign with me. Do you realize how strong that would be? Because he gave me an opportunity a long time ago, but he said it recently. He goes, yeah, you're the same person. You know how bad that hurt me? But no, it didn't hurt because it's not supposed to. That's not his response. That's a worldly response. It's like, God damn. I mean, like every day for almost a decade, I've been getting up early in the morning going over there, making sure my mom doesn't have to do all of it. Well, she doesn't. And then the rest of them come in slowly, but there's so much fucking opportunity right there in the location and all that. We could stay open until 1 in the morning, too. We got you like staying up all fucking night? Yeah, don't you hate going back to the house and sitting there all night watching TV because you're a night owl? Well, we're going to let you go to the meetings after you get off work because you're going to work till 4 in the fucking morning. That's right. You're a part of the anatomy of there. Because, see, the head of the restaurant would have to be me, the brains, and the muscle too. But as you filter down, the arms, the legs, it's all one body though. You understand? And the longer you're there, eventually all of them become one head. Same way over here. You're going to learn how to tie fucking knots and everything. We're going to tie all kinds of shit the right way. It's going to be professional. And then these people don't get this opportunity in these huge corporations. You know, because most of them have a tainted history. I do too. And truthfully, neither one of them can say shit. They can't. I'm sure people go to him and they're like, you know, he's fucking crazy. And I know he's like, look, he's like every day he gets smarter. He's got to say that. Because, I mean, seriously, it's just shit that's transpired working with him, and, you know, little bitty small things that people don't think about that shows that the brain's active. You know what I'm saying? And people don't like, he does something else. A little bigger than that, but we can make it bigger than his. And his fucking crew, they don't like people like me, you know, the ones like, get the fucking thing! I'm like a coach. Like, I'm the biggest dick ever. The trans and gay and straight community hate me so fucking bad if we got out there, but it wouldn't happen. That's what I'm saying. All that would have to subside if they get out of the way. That would be the fucking agreement, even though it's crazy. It's like that. I'm agreeing with them, but they don't even know what the fuck is going on. But the whole thing is allowing the ones here to get the same opportunity that was given to me. And that is the godly pattern that is supposed to happen. It's not, well, he had an opportunity. It's like that opportunity was given to that piece of shit, to not that one, you know. And truthfully, after a year, you know, or so of working, because it would help you save money. You would have to go to meetings if you did that, because this would work. It would work big time. Because, see, I can even get the law involved, because they know me. I can be like, look, I own that house, so just pop in from time to time. You know, and they love me to death. And then on Sundays we would have a group meeting about the prior week, you know, family days and all this other shit, off days, but I would at least put the house, I would find somewhere that's out from the city, you know, in walking distance, you know, sidewalks at least, but away from the big city. Because then the opportunity of you getting better would, the percentage would get bigger. You know, but like once again, even over here, you know, we can have a showroom floor, the rental for the popcorn machines, the snow cone machines, the catering trucks even. You've got so many people with money, you know, it's like, it's unlimited to what could happen. It's just, you don't have it in the individuals. They want to sink this familiar ring in their head is let's just keep hiring somebody to get it. No, you gotta fucking sit down in the same way you do a real devotional and emotionally bleed is the same way you do a business brainstorming thing and saying this is how it's going to be. This is the only way that we're going to have real success against a system that is taking out small businesses. As we speak, you would always be around food. That's the main thing right there. And see, going into recovery, depending on how old you are, is going to probably dictate on your outlook on how long it's going to take. And that's the whole thing is, it's like, look, you in recovery, it's one day at a time. You know, but I mean, the work wouldn't be based like a meeting. I know some people are like, what the fuck? Y'all don't, the structure the people that think they have, they don't have it. They don't have it. They have a structured routine around nastiness. And they do, because in the midst of working, you know, you're working your steps and doing all that other stuff too. You know, but I mean, we're right beside an exit. over here in Chattanooga, it's right next to all kinds of shit. You know, it's right next to all kinds of stuff. You know, but I mean, it's there, but it would never happen. And see, the whole thing is you workers pay for that. This ain't about the money, that's what I'm saying, but to make sure that it's not going to go nowhere. Because we would go in and renovate it nice. I want them, and I've been in some shit ones. And Mara's not, well, it was the apartments. And that's not good, is to be around apartments and right next to fucking liquor stores and all that other shit. You know, let's see right fast. I'm brainstorming. Let's see. See, even if you do, let's say if you did 2,500 total heads in a weekend of catering, that's at $825, that's $20,000. And that's what I was trying to get at. You know, even half of that. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, even $1,250 a weekend is 10 grand. And then let's say you had 4 catering jobs. I ain't got my numbers in here. I had it all written out and I left it at work. Because I know some of y'all are like, damn, that's a lot of money. You listen, when it fits all together, it comes out. But I mean, the whole thing is, it's just me brainstorming because there's just so much that can be done. And it can. There's factories open all night. So, I mean, we could even fucking, it's there. You know. It's there. The $40,000 and $50,000 weekends is what had written out. The 5, the 10, the 15, the $20,000 tickets is there too. Okay, and you could do more than 50 in a weekend. You know, it would take a little time, but then again, though, we would be getting built up for the long run. Okay, we're not just working a job. We're making sure that we're not going to go anywhere at all. You know, we do our job. We and trust me, we would have some classes on some heavy shit too. Oh yeah. But I mean, it's just when people are in positions, you know, to where they're just better than everybody because they think they ain't never been in no trouble, and truthfully, they're in the biggest trouble of all. You know, there's just so much that can be done in both, but it has to be done in the way that's trying to come through me and show them. But they're just little children, and I know if they watch this, they'll be so fucking mad. But it's like that you are. Children don't get out of the way. In the old days, the pupils taught the teachers. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's like, look, I went through all that shit. And in hindsight, when it comes to my family and certain individuals, how do you know I didn't go through that in order to get us really structured to what we're fixing to go into as far as a nation and a world? You know, because this ain't about me trying to force something in me into you. This is about getting you to shine from the inside out. And the way you'll get going is through that. Even people not in recovery that need to get a start, that's their start. And the whole thing is a position is a position. It's part of an organization. Organs is an organization. So it is an anatomy. And if the head's corrupt, then the whole body is. And you can apply that to anything. Teams, churches, schools, restaurants, it doesn't matter. Banks. But it won't never happen. But at least I got it off of my chest. You know, because I mean, the money, if I did have that chance, it would be to pay certain, not just pay certain individuals off, but to pay them enough money to say bye. But in time, they would get a royalty. I would create a royalty clause for them. And they would come out better doing that than what the fuck they're fixing to do. I'm being for real. And see, this individual has other shit obligations going on. And that's what I'm saying. This is my obligations, it would be that. Instead of me trying to fucking swindle in on this shit. It's this and combining catering, all kinds of shit that has to do with food through here. Once you get this on this website, and then on this website, you got that. So when people are traveling, they're like, damn, yeah, you blow that shit up. But that would be the obligation. These are the number one. This would be the number one thing Matt Childs is going at. And then that. Then the 3/4 housing. And it would work. Because I would say, because the ones that are struggling would say, damn, he's got almost a decade of what we're still going through. Hell yeah. Yeah. So, and then eventually in time, it would grow. But eventually it would all be one. But this is something that I can handle that. That's nothing. Try fucking reading 600 books. Now, I can't remember all of them. You know that. But that's what I'm saying. And truthfully, reading strains the brain too. But that's where we are now. But truthfully, you know, this is a way to help, you know, the ones that's they're waiting out there right now. They're waiting right now. We can look at losses left and right in both categories of these businesses, in any business. And those losses is what we have to capitalize on and not lose. And there's workers in around here and in the recovery community. They have the brain that's going to go to a certain area of that anatomy, of that organization. And they will be an asset. And it will shine. And I will bring it out of them. But envisioning and, you know, what does he say? Take a shit in one hand and dream in the other. He says, now which one comes true? I'm a bad Santa. So, all right. I love you.